I'm Nico Halili, and welcome to The Score, where we tackle the hottest and trending topics in sports. Revenge will be on the minds of the FEU Lady TAMARAWS when they take on the Dela Lady Spikers tomorrow in a rematch of last season's UAAP Finals. Now, that game is just one of the 4 exciting matchups set for this weekend as we close the first round. Joining me today to give all of you a preview of the weekend games, we have Miss Charo Soriano. I will say Miss Charo Soriano and Mr. Synjin Reyes. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sir Miko.
Okay, lots and lots to discuss.
Yes.
4 games coming up over the weekend. Let's start with that finals rematch, LaSalle versus FEU. And you guys are excited to talk about the battle of the rookies, the battle of the newcomers.
Yes.
Let's start with one of the hottest names of the tournament, Jolina de la Cruz of LaSalle.
When the UAAP started and everybody saw how Jolina played, I think she's going to be one of the more formidable players for LaSalle. And it's so exciting to know that she's a rookie, much like Ebon for the FEU side. She's also a rookie as well, but she's very dominant when it comes to scoring. So I think that gives them an edge.
This battle of rookies, why will this be the highlight of this FEU LaSalle matchup?
Well, to start, it's scary because Coach Shamil prides himself in saying that hindi pa ito yung 100% ni Jolina. And on the other side, we've seen Ebon. In the last week, we discussed this, Tito Miko, that Ebon is just starting to show her game. It came in the 3rd or the 4th game of FEU. And now we're ending the first round and we're seeing an explosion of Ebon. So it's quite exciting na kung magsabay yung 100% ni Jolina and yung todong explosion ni Ebon. So that will be very critical into this match.
I think when we watch highlights of both Jolina and Lycha Ebon, they do not hit like newcomers or nervous players. They don't.
They don't. They really don't. You don't see an ounce of nervousness in them. That's why I feel like they're very dominant even as rookies. And for us, that's something very nice to see if you're an audience and if you're really a volleyball player enthusiast.
And it's nice how they integrate their play into how the veterans are playing or how the staples of LaSalle and FEU respectively are playing. So it's going to be interesting how it steps up the match, especially may showdown tayo ng rookies na makikita.
And not to mention that these are 2 teams that are really like bumper to bumper in the team standings,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, let's go to that other Saturday matchup, Ateneo versus NU. Ateneo wants to stay number 1 in this tournament, and Charo, BDL for you will become more and more crucial for Ateneo. How come?
I think it's her leadership role that's very important now with the team, and the mere fact that she's already putting in points there, that goes to show how much BDL is really a vital player for Ateneo. At the same time, on the other side also, it's Nerva's leadership role as a defensive player that really took them to the edge, to that match, that win against UP, that 5-setter against UP. She was very aggressive. Even in the timeout, she would normally really tell her teammates what to do and tell them, hey, I'm confident in receiving, you do your job and convert the point.
And so from BDL, we segue to Jennifer Nierva of NU. This NU team is going to come in confident.
Definitely.
Synjin.
A very young NU squad coming into this match. Na-extend yung match. Finally, they get a win over their extended games. And what's interesting is Jen Nierva, we know that she was a powerful player. She played for the Water Defenders in the PVL before. Coming in as a rookie in this match, nakita natin yung tibay ng bata. So, it's going to be a question of will they be able to match the firing power of Ateneo, especially you have BDL and you have Ponggay exploding on the side of Ateneo. We know the leadership and the voice of BDL is there, sabi nga ni Coach Oliver. Pero yung addition na mabibigay ni na Ponggay, ni na Jules Samonte, and Kim Hekeliana also like acknowledging her role already as libero and accepting it for Coach Oliver.
Let's move to the Sunday doubleheader. Looking at this UP versus Adamson matchup, and Tang Ponce, for you guys, is someone that should be really given the spotlight this season. Why?
Ever since we already know how Adamson has that magic when it comes to defense. I mean, Ponce is, I think, the sorceress of that magic.
Sorceress.
Yes,
Definitely.
she really is amazing. When you talk about defense, we've been talking about Kat Arado, but I think Ponce also has that magic in her, and she brings so much to Adamson. And if they can only convert how good she is as a defensive player, if they can convert that to points, and I think they have a good chance against UP.
I easily have to agree with Cha. You know, the development of Ponce in the past 3 years under the Coach Erpada system and this new coaching style that we see in Adamson, it's really becoming effective for the Lady Falcons. And yun nga, alam na natin na naglilinis ng floor ang Adamson when it comes to defending the floor. But we see Ponce really diving for that ball, getting everything. So talagang siya yung magiging sentro no ano. And she's been underrated for quite some time. And now we're seeing that it's time to give the spotlight.
You know what's not underrated about Ponce? Her personality.
Definitely.
Magic personality. UP, crucial match for Justin Dorog and the Lady Maroons. Your thoughts on Justin Dorog?
I think when we talk about Justin Dorog, we know that Tots will do the scoring. We know that Isa will be will do the heavy lifting. But Dorog gives the points that would make them win, that would help them win. It's that transition that Dorog gives to the UP squad. You must also count that si Dorog then is a very good defender. So it's her overall contribution to the squad is very important, especially coming to this match.
I really agree with Synjin also. I mean, Tots is there. She's the general of UP. But having Dorog as part of her military, a leader also, I think that's something very important because Tots can only bring the team so much, up to some point, some level. It's really up to people like Dorog to help Tots and the rest of UP to really get that Final Four finish this year.
All right, moving to the other game of that Sunday doubleheader, UST versus UE. We already talked about two of the electrifying newcomers of the league, Jolina Cruz and Lycha Ebon. It's not complete when we don't bring up Aya Laure for UST.
For me, Aya Laure is also a magical creature in this UAAP season. We've seen how she is, but more than that, we've also seen her heart, how she plays. And with the absence of Melena, I think she really has to step up her game, and she's been doing just that. If she can really show more aggressiveness, not only in the front in scoring, but also help with defense and become more vocal, then I think UST really has a good run for this season.
Inevitably being part of the top 3 scorers this early into the competition, Aya Laure is really a threat. But I think one thing that we should also observe is the skill and the confidence that Mafe Galanza is also bringing in, and the other rookie, Delerio, their libero, are bringing in. Kasi alalahanin natin, nagsisimula yan sa one good pass, and of course, yung decision-making ni Mafe. So that's a great factor to consider into this match. These two young players who are contributing a lot to the UST squad in non-scoring skills.
All right, we close out our discussion by pinpointing this a really exceptional player. I cannot think of anyone who can say a bad thing about Kat Arado, for UE.
She is national team material. We all can see that, and we're all already accepting how she is as a player. And also, it's exciting that the last time that these two teams met, UE actually beat UST, sorry. So now let's see what UST can do in their match against UE.
I'll borrow the quotable quote of Bo Belga. Kung hindi pa natin siya ilagay sa national team ngayon, mabubulok na yan.
Yes.
So, it's really the time of Kat Arado. We're not saying that the other liberos don't have their credit, but Kat Arado is at her peak right now. But aside from Kat Arado, we should also consider how much Bendong is also putting into this UE team, na yung leadership din niya as being part of one of the seniors of UE.
Okay, Saturday will be Ateneo versus NU, LaSalle versus FEU, Sunday UST versus UE, and UP versus Adamson. Thank you, Mr. Synjin Reyes and Miss Charo. Madam Charo.
Thank you, sirs.
Soriano.
Thank you, kind sirs.
Thank you, guys. When we return, should Philippine basketball prodigy Kai Soto go stateside, or should he do the Euro step? Stick around. We'll talk about that when the score returns.
Thank you for watching The Score. Don't forget to subscribe to ABS-CBN Sports YouTube channel to be updated with the latest games.